springs in there? Yeah, one. All right, here's one. How you guys do, when the camera shoots up? How do you need to do this. You put that banner up, like right here, and then you get it. But nobody can see, you know, you're not seeing your face.
But I couldn't, nothing was
I got you.
transitioning over.
I got you. I'll learn it the hard way too.
Yeah. I mean, there was nothing moving. And Huck told me last night,
The road to the UIL Texas State Championships presented by your Texas Ford dealers. Here in the regional semifinal round, the number 3 Bushland Lady Falcons face off against the Jim Ned Lady Indians. Bushland advanced to this stage with decisive sweeps over Littlefield and Denver City, while Jim Ned battled through 2 5-set matches against Ingram Moore and Iowa Park to earn their spot in this round. This was your road to the UIL Texas State.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Childress, Texas, for today's regional semifinal matchup between your Jim Ned Lady Indians and the Bushland Lady Falcons. Scott Carlisle along with Coach Parnell looking for an exciting match tonight. We're going to do the national anthem real quick. All right, we appreciate everybody joining us here this afternoon for this regional semifinal matchup. Again, Jim Ned Lady Indians versus the Bushland Lady Falcons. The road to the regional semifinals. How did we get here? Bushland comes in winning their bi-district matchup against Littlefield, and then they turn around in the area and beat Denver City. As far as Jim Ned goes, how did we get here? We had to play Ingram Tom Moore, I guess, in our bi-district. Won that one in 3-2, so it went all 5. And then in our area round, we had to go against Iowa Park, and again won that one. Another exciting one in the 5th set. So it's been a long road to get here, but man, these ladies don't give up, and ought to be a good matchup today. Bushland comes in at 35-8 on the year, 7-0 in district. They are the first place representative out of District 1. And then you've got Jim Ned coming in at 29-10 on the year, 8-4 in district. They are the third place representative out of District 6. Jim Ned comes in ranked number 22 in the state, and Bushland comes in ranked number 4 in the state. Looking at sets won, you can see that on the screen. Bushland has 95 sets won. We have 77 at Jim Ned. Sets lost. Bushland's lost 23 sets. Jim Ned has lost 39. And then seed in the playoffs because of the big school, small school. Bushland came in as the number 1 seed out of their district, while Jim Ned came in as the number 2 seed out of our district since we were the big school. It ought to be an exciting match. Bushland is the 2-time defending state champion, and so you look at it on paper and you think, my gosh, this is going to be a huge mountain for the Lady Indians to climb. But you know, these girls have not shied away from anybody. They come and compete, they hustle, they get after it, and so I'm excited to see where we are as a program. This is definitely one we can show up today and play our brand of ball, jump out on them early and see what happens. But Coach Parnell, what do you think?
Well, I agree with you on a lot of that, Mr. Carlisle. More than anything else, the Lady Indians have had their character tested the last two matches. I mean, going 5 sets every time, and they never quit pounding away. And I think the number one factor is the Lady Indians have got to actually ignore the intimidation factor that's here, because knowing full well that Bushland is a 2-time defending state champion, there is a certain amount of intimidation right there. But at the same time, the Lady Indians, if they'll just put that out of their mind and go back to what they do well and continue to battle. I mean, take it to a 5. If we have to, take it to a 5-set match. It doesn't matter. Just come out with a victory.
You know, when you look at us on paper, Bushland comes out and you break it down set by set. Bushland is probably a little more productive in the first 2 sets. If you compare the 2 teams, the third and the fourth, we're pretty much even in those 2. And then when you get to the 5th, Jim Ned, obviously, we've got a little more experience, and we score more points in the 5th set, or average more points in the 5th set than a Bushland does. So, you know, the longer this match goes, I think it's more in favor of Jim Ned.
I agree with you 100%. Like I say, a lot of times these teams that have not faced any adversity going to the 5th set, even though their record may speak a little bit higher than ours, if they haven't tasted a little bit of that adversity, they don't know how to react.
You know, Bushland comes in with 5 seniors on their team and 8 juniors, so they got some experience. Of course, Jim Ned has 6 seniors on their team, and so got to be big at the net early on, I think. Got to shake off the nerves and just relax and play. That's gonna be our best bet moving forward here.
Yeah, we've got to have our presence at the front of the net for sure. You know, we've got to rely on the same personnel that has brought us this way. Haley Phelps has got to be strong at the net. Miranda Garcia's got to be strong at the net, and the little sophomore that has come in has got to be strong at the net. So we'll see how this all goes.
We're underway. Maddie King with our first serve goes back to the middle. Attack coming out of the middle. That's blocked. Cross court. That's dug out by Reed. To King. Goes back to Reed for a big swing off the block. Diving save. Tip coming. King to Shriver. Again to Reed. Cross court. That's blocked. Kept alive. Great hands by Garcia. Tip coming. That one's to Beasley. To King. Outside to Reed for a tip. And it's blocked at the net. She tried to take a little pace off and tipped it right into the block, and it fell on our side. So Bushland gets the first point here today. So serving for Bushland is number 2, Freeman Jr. Serves that one right to Finley. Garcia tips that one out of the middle. Cross court dug out by Shriver. Reed from the outside. Tried to go around the block that time, just too strong and out the back. Shriver with a good pass to King. That's going to be close. It's tipped over. Swing from the outside. Shriver with a diving save. Sorry. Cross court. Another one to Shriver. To King. Back row attack from Lawson. There's a quick set. Nice save. Oh, the referee said it hit the ground, man. I thought Shriver got her hand underneath
I
there.
thought she got underneath it myself. I think she made a little premature call there.
Three to 0, Bushland in the lead. King back sets that one to Beasley, the sophomore. Oh, great job by Reed. It came off of the block and went all the way across court, and she almost played it, which I wouldn't have blamed her if she had, but she gambled.
No, she gambled, and she was right in a position where she could read where the ball was going to fall.
So that point goes to Jim Ned, and we're on the board. Beasley serving. Cross-court attack goes right into Phelps at the net. Comes off of her for another point for Bushland. It's 4-1 in the first.
We set up for a straight-on block, and she went cross-court with it.
Garcia finds an opening in the back corner. Garcia finds an opening in the back corner. right in front of the line judge. Smart play by Jessa Garcia.
And she's got to utilize that attack mode more and find those spots like that for us to be successful.
Reed in to serve for Jim Ned. On the front row is Wood. Avery Wood has checked in. Serves that one down the line. Attack out of the middle. Goes right at Phelps.
And that time we did play the cross court, but she went back the other way across her body to go to the left side. She read where the defense was and hit off the block.
Peyton Finley in for Jim Ned, trailing 2-5 in the first. Finley to King. Phelps tips that one out of the middle. Another good pass. Wood from the outside takes a little pace off and drops it.
Drops it right in front of him.
Yeah, there's a hole in that defense, went right over the top of the block. That block is actually taking that spot away in defense, and Avery was smart enough to go right over the top of it because there's nobody home there. 3-5. Jessa Garcia serving for Jim Ned. Ooh, that was saved.
That's all you can say on that because they wanted to attack and couldn't.
Ball still alive. Garcia plays it over.
Great job keeping the ball alive right there.
That's going to be close. Another block at the net by Phelps. Another one, and that one goes off of Phelps and King at the block and out of bounds. Substitutions for both teams. Number 15, Cora Brokaw, checks in for Jim Ned. Phelps out of the middle. Oh, just long.
Just long.
Got to get Haley going early, I think, because once she gets her momentum, she is a different player.
She's hard to stop. She'll get active at the front of the net, and she'll get active on the attack.
That set just too far out. And we've got a timeout in the action. Jim Ned calls that one. Trailing here in the first, 3-8. We'll take a quick break and be back with more action. You're watching Lady Indian Volleyball right here on the NFHS Network.
I've seen a lot of Texas out on the open road. From up in Amarillo down to San Antonio. No matter where I travel, one thing remains the same. Everybody loves Ford here in the Lone Star State. Ford is the best in Texas.
This game is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. Ford is the best in Texas.
And we're back to live action after that quick timeout. Jim Ned trailing 8-3 in the first. I'm sure in that timeout, Coach Garcia was saying, hey, we just got to calm down and play our game. And
I think you're right. She's trying to get them over that one little thing about thinking, well, look who's on the other side of the net. And I think you're exactly right. You got to bring them back down to earth. And as you said, play their game, do the things they do well.
Well, the farther you go in the playoffs, no matter who you're playing, you just can't shoot yourself in the foot and make some of those mistakes. But that's not uncommon, and so I think we just got to battle through some of this.
No, and what you said right there, the further you go in the playoffs, the quality of play is going to be a whole lot higher on the other side of the net, so you got to raise your quality of play.
Perry there with the kill for Bushland as they take a 3-10 lead. Roy checks in for Jim Ned. King to Shriver from the back row. Free pass coming. Shriver goes to King. Need to go to the middle. There's Phelps. It's blocked and out of bounds. Yeah. The referee signaled touch, and everybody kind of panicked a little bit, but it was because it was blocked at the net and went out of bounds. So
exactly,
the point does go to Jim Ned. It's 4-10.
And that's the type of play that the Lady Indians have got to keep up with. Just continue to press that attack and make them make some mistakes and get them out of their game. And, of course, the captain from Bushland is now talking because she did indeed call a touch, but it was a touch off the block.
Right. Yep, point still goes to Jim Ned. But you can't blame him for trying that there.
No, absolutely not, and get a clarification.
So Bailey Shriver serving for Jim Ned. Woo. That one was going to go out.
It's going to be long.
Roy gets that one to King, and that was going to be close. Good effort by Shriver, but it just, we ended up hitting the ball 4 times there because it never cleared the net.
Okay, I thought it got on that side, but it was four hits.
Yes. Shriver to Wood. Just got to play this one over. Tip coming out of the middle. Roy was there, just couldn't control it. Finley made a play on it, but she was unable to get that back towards the net. 4-12.
We gave them way too much of an open spot there to attack on because we were trying to scramble back into position.
Shaner with that good pass. That one's going to be close. We got a chance here. We got to use this. King to the outside to Shaner. Back row attack. Doesn't clear the net. Point goes to the Lady Indians.
And that was set up by Shaner's attack cross court deep wise, and they tried to mount an attack and just couldn't get it back over.
Charlie Lawson serving for Jim Ned. Tip coming out of the middle. Charlie to King. That's quick. Another one. Lots of action at the net. Back set. The lefty. Nice save by Lawson. Tip to the net. Set to Reed. Too strong and out.
She got underneath it just a little bit too much. The adrenaline's flowing. She's got to adjust that and make sure she's coming down on top of the ball.
On the floor right now for Jim Ned on the front, you got Reed, Shaner, and King. Back row is Roy, Shriver, and Lawson. Roy gets a nice high pass, goes to Shriver. Reed swinging hard there. That's dug out by Shriver. She drives that one back deep. Number 14 out of the middle.
That's two that McCampbell has hit cross court, and we're trying to block straight on, and she's hitting at an angle, so we may have to make some adjustments on our blocking scheme.
That serve goes down the line. Shriver from the back row rolls that one over. Tip coming. The libero for Bushland, that's number 6. Perminter, she just tips that one over on the second, caught us off guard.
I was completely off guard right
Got
there.
a timeout in the action, and we'll be back. You're watching the NFHS Network right here on the Sports Nation.
You know, I'm a person too.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
Back to live action. Bushland serving, still in the first, ahead 5-15. Reed just can't seem to get that timing down. Everything's just a little bit long.
Just a little bit long. Like I say, she's got to settle into her game. She's trying to, as a senior, trying to lead them through it. It's 1 point at a time. Get back into your game.
Shriver gets that one to King. King back sets to Lawson from the back row. Tip coming. Boy, she tips that to the very back corner.
I'll tell you what, McCampbell she is really able to direct the ball where she wants to. It's almost like it's a push, but it's not.
Nice.
Just like that right there. Maddie King with a great play right there.
And that's a good one to do that on. The pass came and it was nice and high. She was going to have to jump and set it anyway. So it was just as easy just to send that one over and catch them off guard. 6-17. King serving. Tip coming. That's blocked at the net by Garcia. Pass comes over. Shriver to King. Back sets that one to Shaner. Off the block. Tip coming to the back corner. Lawson from one side to the other. Shriver runs it down and King plays it over.
Great play right there.
King keeps it alive. Diving save by Shaner. Garcia to King, outside to Reed.
That's what she needs to do right there.
Shriver passes that one over. Would like to see those go a little deeper. King, nice high pass to Shriver. Tip coming by Garcia. Tried to put it in the corner. Joust at the net. Reed keeps it alive. We get called for a double there, and I'm not sure. I didn't see that.
Nor did I.
Reed is saying that she threw that one over, but we're not going to get that call. 6-18. Lawson to King, all the way outside to Reed. Off the block and in the hole in the defense.
That was a great attack right there. Bushland just had a double block set up and put it right back in the one open spot that was on the floor. But Natalie's finding her rhythm because she got on top of that one with a great attack. Coach Garcia has done a great job with her rotation of keeping people fresh and putting them in the spot where they need to be.
What a pass by Lawson. Reed off the block. Number 14 for Bushland. That's McCampbell again. Reed's getting frustrated, and I understand that.
Oh, absolutely, because she had a great attack then. I mean, there was nothing wrong with the attack, the hit, or anything else. It's just McCampbell is all over the floor doing things right.
And she's so tall. Another point for Bushland, 6-21. Nice pass by Shriver to King. Back to Shaner. Takes that one cross court. What a pass by Lawson. King runs it down. Free pass from Garcia. Back set. There's a tip. Diving effort by Shriver.
Once again, McCamp finding the area that is most vulnerable.
6-22, Bushland with the lead in the first. To Garcia out of the middle. They had a triple block up there that time.
That's very unusual.
Goes off the block and rolls down the net and out of bounds. So Jim Ned picks up a point there. Number 4, Allie Shaner serving, one of our sophomores. Cross court attack, that's blocked. Going to be a set out of the middle. Lawson was there, put her hands up, just can't control it. It was self-defense as much as anything because it got on her quick. Beasley checks in for Jim Ned, but then Shriver goes in as the libero.
Oh, almost on the line on service.
Garcia takes that one cross court. Free pass coming. King in the middle to Phelps. She finds a hole in the defense. That's where we're going to have to attack from, is out of the middle. They've got us blocked on the outsides.
You're exactly right. And like I say, when it goes to the middle, they've got a split right there where we can use to our advantage, because we can magnify on that and make some hits.
The jump serve. Nobody home. That's another point for Jim Ned. I think when you've got Garcia and you've got Phelps in there, and there's a single blocker, the way they swing, they can cut it either direction and go around that blocker. So that's why I think we got to attack out of the middle a little bit here, just to get in a more of a rhythm. Coming. It's still alive. That was four contacts. Brings up set point for Bushland.
And you're right. We've got to basically explore their vulnerabilities and attack those vulnerabilities, because they're leaving some vulnerabilities, but they cover up so well that it's one of those things, if you've got to change your mode of attack.
Shriver to King. Back sets that one to Garcia. It's blocked right off the block and in the middle of the defense. And that will do it for our first set. Bushland wins that one 25-9. We're going to take a break, let everybody regroup, and be back with second set action right here on the NFHS Network.
I've seen a lot of Texas out on the open road, from up in Amarillo down to San Antonio. No matter where I travel, one thing remains the same. Everybody loves Ford here in the Lone State. Ford is the best in Texas.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need. Lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
You know, I'm a person too.
This game is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. Ford is the best in Texas.
All right, we are back after the conclusion of the first set, where Bushland won that one 25-9. Coach, why don't you wrap up that first set for us?
Well, I tell you what, we did a good job of sending double blocks and everything up to the net. And what Bushland did, they took advantage of going over the blocks. Jessica Garcia had 3 blocks. Natalie Reed had a pair of blocks. Maddie King had a block. Haley Phelps had 3 blocks. The big thing was that they're exploiting the open areas. We're doing a great job of rushing to net and setting up a defense. I think we still need to go the attack a little more. Bailey Shriver ended up with 4 saves. Charlie Lawson had 2 saves. It's just a situation where Bushland took advantage of what we gave them, and we didn't do anything that wrong. It's just that they're exploiting our weaknesses.
Yeah, I think we got to make some adjustments on our sets and where we're placing our sets, not our sets itself, but just put them in different places.
Yeah, like you said, try to play from the middle more, just like that right there.
Nice job by Garcia, cuts that one around the block, and Jim Ned jumps out on top 1-0 here in the second.
That's what we've been talking about. If they'll attack from the middle, then Bushland doesn't know which side to block on.
Well, you got a better chance of having a one-on-one matchup.
Absolutely.
And hitting around that block. Attack coming out of the middle. That's blocked by Phelps. Free pass. Attack coming out of the middle. That's blocked by Phelps. Free pass coming. Beasley gets that one to King.
Now just get it over.
Garcia goes down the line off the block and out of bounds for another point. Jim Ned up 2-0 in the second. King does a great job moving her sets around and always attacking from different places. And so instead of setting all the way on the outside, pull that in a little bit, and you got a chance of getting around that double block. Beasley with another good serve. Cross court coming. Lawson gets that one in the air. Reed plays it over. Tip coming. Lawson to King, sends it to the back corner. Another tip right inside the line.
That was McCampbell again. She seems to be the one person out there for Bushland that is finding those spots. She sees the floor well. She's got enough size and reach. She can get up and then place it.
Number 2, Freeman serving for Bushland. Nice job by Phelps. The whistle had already blown and the point was awarded to us whenever Haley lost her balance and fell into the net. So that point will go to Jim Ned. It's 3-1. The up official looked at the down official. Of course, the Bushland coach, he is asking about it, asking why that didn't count, because she did fall into the net.
But she, as you said, she'd already killed the play with the point.
Point still goes to Jim Ned. Already blown when she lost her balance and fell and touched the net. Reed serving for Jim Ned, up 3-1 in the second. Good serve, up 3-1 in the second. Good serve. Attack coming, saved by Garcia. King to Wood, tries to tip that over, tipped it right into the block. Got to tip your angles. Because if you go straight at it, 14, which is McCampbell, is always standing there waiting on it. So you got to tip it at an angle there. I like the play. It was a heads up by Avery.
Absolutely.
Shriver to King, out of the middle.
Out of the middle.
Cross court, and it was long. Oh, and there's a net violation.
Net violation. They call Phelps in the net.
Yep. The attack was long. We just happened to touch it with our forearm. Cross court.
We start placing it because they're pulling in close to the net with all 6, and Maddie saw that then.
Garcia with a big swing from the outside.
She wound up on that one, I'll guarantee you.
And see, Maddie made an adjustment there. She pulled the set off the net so it wasn't so tight, and she was able to do something with the attack to go around that block. Up 4-3 in the second. Garcia serves down the line. Attack out of the middle. Finley went for it and attack out of the middle. Finley went for it and hesitated.
That's Brinley Koenig, number 20, with that attack.
Roy checks in for Jim Ned, and we're tied at 4 apiece. King goes to Wood. That one's played off the block. Roy's going to pass that one over. Nice
great
pass.
play, great play.
One's played off the block. Roy's going to pass that one over. Nice pass.
Great play right there because they keep sucking in close to the net.
Another save by Roy. Sophomore. Attack coming from the outside. That's the lefty. It's blocked by Phelps. Wood to King to Phelps out of the middle with a triple block. Goes right between them for a kill. Nice play by the sophomore Roy there to make that deep pass and pull them off the net. And then a great save to set up the kill there for Phelps out of the middle. Jim Ned up 5-4. Service error by Shriver. That serve goes to Roy. Shriver runs it down. Shaner takes it cross court. Tip coming. Good hustle. Good hustle. Just couldn't get there.
Well, the setter saw that gap open up and just rather than set it, she put it right over into the gap area.
Finley to Wood. Shaner puts that one down the line for a kill. And we're all tied at 6 apiece. Lawson into serve for Jim Ned. Reed checks in on the front row. Quick out of the middle coming. Saved by Shriver. Couldn't get anything on it. Reed got a hand underneath it. But just no elevation. So Bushland is up 6-7 in the second. Need a service break right here. Reed winds up cross court. We're all tied at 7 apiece. Maddie King with the serve. Tip coming out of the middle. King gets it. Goes to Shriver. Takes it over to Shaner. That's blocked. Reed sends it over. He said it was 4 contacts that never cleared the net.
Never cleared the net. And that was probably the correct call because even though they had a block set up, I don't think it ever cleared the white tape.
Number 11, Eberle serving for Bushland. Garcia out of the middle against the triple block. Nice job by Reed standing on the line and knew it was out in front of her, so it had to be out of bounds.
We're not taking any chances there. I mean, we're reading every play down the lines and on the end.
8-8. Shaner with that serve. Roll shot. Saved by King. Lawson goes outside to Reed. It's blocked. Wasn't much we could do with that one. It was all the way outside.
It was, and Natalie was frustrated because it was blocked back in, but it's none of the things she did wrong. It was just a wrong angle.
8-9. That serve is out. It's 9-9. Avery Wood checks in for Jim Ned. Reed, Avery Wood checks in for Jim Ned. Reed goes back to serve. Wood, Phelps, and Garcia on the front. King, Shriver, and Reed on the back. Cross court, Wood got a hand on it. Number 13, Clark, serving for Bushland. Goes right at Shriver. King to Wood. That's blocked. Blocked by number 20, Koenig. Nine to 11. Bushland with the lead in the second. Shriver to Garcia. King passes that over. Back set. Goes to McCampbell for the kill, and we got a timeout on the floor. Jim Ned trailing here, 9 to 12 in the second, but still battling. We'll be back after this message.
I've seen a lot of Texas out on the open road, from up in Amarillo down to San Antonio. No matter where I travel, one thing remains the same. Everybody loves Ford here in the Lone Star State. Ford is the best in Texas.
Come on, Ray. Oh, come on. Oh, what a bad call. You have no business being out there. Terrible.
You know, I'm a person too.
And we're back as Bushland has just taken a small lead here in the second. It's 9 to 12, but Lady Indians are battling. Shriver goes to King. Phelps, cross court. Puts that one away. Gets the point, and Jim Ned will be serving. Garcia goes back to serve. King has done a great job pulling the serves off the net a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Giving her a little more room to make a cut shot or to put it where they want it.
That's blocked by Phelps at the net. That's blocked by Phelps at the net. It never cleared the net, so that was 4 contacts.
I'm going to give her credit for a block anyway.
I don't blame you. Had it come over, she had it anyway.
That's
so we'll
exactly
give her that
right. the force was with her. She did it without touching it.
That's right, 11 to 12. Tip coming. King keeps that one alive. Garcia goes across court to Wood, tips it over the block. Tip coming, that's blocked by Phelps. And we're tied at 12. Haley Phelps got her timing down on that one.
She was trying to punch it over the block, and Phelps timed it just enough to put it right back down.
Well, and number 20 for Bushland, Koenig, is the lefty, I believe. Big swing, dug out by Shriver. Wood sends it back. Wood plays that one over.
We need to play those a little deeper, possibly.
That one doesn't clear the net. Jim Ned has taken the lead here in the second, 13 to 12. Garcia still serving. For us to put this one away. King to Phelps against the triple block. Goes off the block, hits the top of the net, and falls on Bushland's side. 14 to 12, Jim Ned in the second.
And what you're talking about, King setting it further away from the net.
14 to 12, Jim Ned in the second.
And what you're talking about, King setting it further away from the net And so they're pulling their block back off the net itself about 1.5 feet. As a result, things like that can happen where Phelps hits into it and then hits back down.
That set goes out wide to McCampbell. She takes it cross court for another kill. She's just so tall. We have a hard time getting up there where she is. 14-12. Jim Ned with the lead. Serving for Bushland. Number 7, Scott. Back row attack from Shriver. That's going to be close. It's blocked by Phelps. There was nothing that she could do but try to tip that one over, and Phelps was standing there waiting on it. Another point for Jim Ned, and we are up 15-13 here in the second.
And officials are going to converse on something.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Probably what she's asking, did Phelps play the ball on their side of the net, whether they had an opportunity to play it or not?
The official on the ground walked over to the official on the stand. They talked, and now going back to the Bushland coach. He doesn't agree with the call, but the call stands. Shriver serving for Jim Ned. Cross court, saved by Shriver. Beasley passes that one over. Off the block, Roy with a good save. Shriver drives it down the line. Cross court, Finley gets it in the air. Just can't get it over. Good hustle though. You know, as quick as they are at the net, as hard as they hit, you don't have time to get to your spot and then try to get down. You got to get to your spot and already be down when they're making contact.
You're right there, just like that.
Shriver will pass that over.
Roll it over.
Tip coming.
That's Jada Scott. That's nothing but just pure heads up, seeing where the floor was and changing the pace of the ball.
We're tied at 15 apiece. Nice pass by Roy. Wood goes cross court. Nobody's home.
Nobody's home, and it's in.
Puts that one away. Avery Wood, big hit by the senior.
And there again, seeing the floor and seeing the spot. Avery saw exactly where she wanted to go with it.
Reed has checked in for Jim Ned on the front, and Lawson on the back is serving. Cross court, Shriver dives with one hand, saves, gets up and passes it over. Coming out of the middle, that's out of bounds, but it was off the block, so that point will go to Bushland. We are tied at 16 apiece in the second. King with a quick tip. They play it over. Roy goes to King. Sets it the outside to Reed off the block. Ball still alive. Bushland gets it across. Roy to King. Beasley out of the middle.
Middle set.
Back row attack. It's blocked by Beasley. We got a call. It's a double set. 2 contacts on that. So the point will go to Jim Ned, up 17-16 in the second. Garcia checking in on the front row. She comes in for Roy, who played great on the back row. On the back, Garcia, Reed, and Beasley on the front. Attack out of the middle by Bushland, number 13, Clark.
They're bringing McCampbell back in to go on the front line.
Yep, she and Clark are there together. The Twin Towers out of the middle.
And they're much taller than we are.
17-17 is the score. King sets that all the way across to Reed. Gets that one off the block, and it falls for another point for Jim Ned. Best adjustment we've made so far has been that set, pulling it off the net. If you're playing somebody the same height as you, and you now jump them, put it right on the net and just swing away. But you got to make those adjustments. Clark with a big swing out of the middle, and we're tied again at 18. Phelps back in on the front for Jim Ned. She comes in for Beasley. Reed. Oh, just long.
Just long.
Right idea.
Yeah, I mean, there again, it was off the net. She could place it where she wanted to. She just got up underneath it just a little bit.
Bushland takes the lead, 18-19 in the second. Freeman with that serve to Shriver. Good hustle by Lawson, and then Garcia to play it over.
Garcia got it back over. Just
tip coming. Save by Shriver. Another save by King. Shriver to Reed off the net. Tip coming. Played by Shriver. Goes to King. Phelps out of the middle against the triple block off the net. Reed with a roll shot. Oh, can't get it. Jim Ned gets the point. Nice play by both teams. I mean, I'll just give you that one.
Absolutely. I mean, just scrambling all over and making the saves and keeping the ball alive.
Bodies are all over the floor, and we're tied at 9.
And keeping the ball alive.
Bodies are all over the floor, and we're tied at 19 apiece in the second. Reed serves. Out of the middle. That one's blocked. Garcia off the block. Diving save. Bushland plays it over. Got a chance to do something quick here.
That was not a forehit.
There it is. Phelps with another kill out of the middle. Jim Ned takes the lead, 20-19 in the second. We have a timeout on the floor. Bushland calls this one. Jim Ned leading 20-19 in the second. We'll be back with the conclusion of the second set after these messages.
This game is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. Ford is the best in Texas.
I've seen a lot of Texas out on the open road. From up in Amarillo down to San Antonio. No matter where I travel, one thing remains the same. Everybody loves Ford here in the Lone Star State. Ford is the best in Texas.
This game is brought to you by your Texas Ford.
Ford here in the Lone Star State. Ford is the best in Texas.
This game is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers.
We are back here in the second where Jim Ned has been battling this whole set, and we have the lead here. It's 20-19.
Coach Garcia has made some great coaching adjustments, and the kids have made the adjustments, doing the things that they need to do to be at this point.
Reed with the serve. Tip coming. Shriver gets it. Back set to Garcia. Takes it cross court and just wide. We're all tied up at 20 apiece. Finley in for Jim Ned. Serving for Bushland is Clark. So you can guess their offense is going to go to number 14, McCampbell here. Shriver takes that one from the back row. Cross court. King back set to Garcia off the block. Oh, just over the top of the block.
Just over the top.
And it falls for a point for Bushland. It's 21-20. Bushland with the lead. Clark still serving. Shriver to King. Phelps out of the middle. That's off the block. Big block by Phelps. That's going to be close. King has to play it. There's a tip.
Because somebody in the net.
Maddie's saying when she tipped it, the other girl had reached across, and so it should have been off of her. Because she's signaling that ball was touched. When she played it off, it went off of that girl's hand and out of bounds is what Maddie is saying. The up official says she did not see that.
And the down official's already shaking her head no.
So it will stay that way. Bushland will get that point. We've got a timeout on the floor. Jim Ned calls that one. 20-22, Jim Ned trailing in the second, but it's a good one. You're watching Lady Indian Volleyball right here on the NFHS Network. Timeout on the floor. Jim Ned calls that one. 20-22, Jim Ned trailing in the second, but it's a good one. You're watching Lady Indian Volleyball right here on the NFHS Network. And we're back after the timeout. Bushland serving with the lead, 22-20. Goes right off Garcia.
Just a little bit of lack of communication right there, just enough to where Bushland took advantage of it on the deep serve.
Clark serving again, going right to the middle. King plays that one over. It's tipped. Shriver dives for it. Can't get there.
We were expecting an attack there. I know Avery was up at the net because he thought they had a dead spot right there at the red line.
So set point for Bushland. Goes right to Shriver. Wood has to tip that over the block. Back set to Garcia, cross court, it's off the block. There's a tip. Wood keeps it alive. King to back row for Shriver. Out, off the block and out of bounds. And that will do it for the second. Jim Ned falls in that one, 20-25. So we'll take a break, change sides, and come back with third set action. After this, you're watching Lady Indian Volleyball on the NFHS Network. Back here to begin the third set where so far, if you're just joining us, Bushland won the first set 25-9. But just like the Lady Indians do, they battled back in the second, and it was back and forth until right at the very end. But it was point for point, big swing after big swing. Bushland ended up winning that one 25-20, but man, the Lady Indians came through. Coach, what do you got for us?
The kids made some great adjustments, and we're back to action here, and I'll kind of throw some things out as we watch the play, so go ahead and make your play-by-play call.
Nice block by Garcia out of the middle. Went head-to-head there and blocked that one down, so Jimnet gets the first point.
She had 3 blocks and 3 kills in the previous set, and we did a much better job at the net.
King serves again. Oh, it was in.
It's in.
That was an ace. She put it right in the corner, hit both lines.
I'm telling you what, I mean, it was painted on the line right there.
2-0, Jim Ned.
And just like that, we give it back, which that's what we have a tendency to do. We make a great service for an ace, and then we try to do just a little bit too much.
But Maddie owned it real quick. She said that was my fault. And,
she owns up to it.
Because she knows she's got to keep the momentum going. Beasley takes that one cross court.
And she's going to get a point out of it.
Right off of number 11, Eberly, and out of bounds. Jim Ned up 3-1. Beasley takes that one cross court.
And she's going to get a point out of it.
Right off of number 11, Eberly, and out of bounds. Jim Ned up 3-1.
And that's one thing about these young. Every one of them, they take responsibility for their own actions. They'll tell you, my fault, my bad, whatever. I mean, they don't put it off on anybody else. It's a great team effort from that respect.
Tip coming. Nice save. Maddie was able to get her hand under it. It died when it hit her hand, and we just couldn't get any play on it. 3-2, Jim Ned still leads. Clark serving for Bushland. Shriver with a roll shot from the back. Swing from the outside. That was number 15, Adams, the junior.
They've got 2 or 3 that are not afraid to hit, but in reality, McCampbell has been the one that's done the most damage.
Yeah, she and McCampbell both on the front row right now. That's blocked at the net. King sends it to the back corner. Out of the middle, that's kept alive. Lawson over to Shriver, passes that one over. Nice save by Charlie. Tip coming. Reed to King. Tip coming. Reed to King. To Phelps. Going to tip it over.
That was a double hit. They missed that one.
Garcia from the outside tries to go down the line. Too strong, and Bushland gets the point.
She placed the ball well. She thought the block would be there, and the block pulled away at the very last minute.
Shriver to King, to Garcia against the triple block. Phelps, good placement with that tip. Tip coming, Shriver. King to the middle for Phelps against the block.
She went across the line. Ooh, they missed that.
There's a block by Garcia and Phelps. They had set the ball all the way to the outside for Adams, and they sent that one back very quickly. 4-4. Ooh, that serve clips the top of the net. Good save by Shriver. Back set to Garcia. Takes it cross court. Gets a little help from the top of the net, and it falls for another Jim Ned point. 5-4. A little help from the top of the net, and it falls for another Jim Ned point. 5-4. Good serve by Reed. Free pass coming. Set out of the middle to played alive by McCann.
And she saw the double block come in there, and rather than try to power it, she laid it down low on the block where it would just fall down underneath. It was a smart play by McCampbell on that particular set.
And we're tied up at 5 apiece. That goes to Shriver, to King. Phelps out of the middle, it's blocked. Back to Garcia, takes that one cross court, and it's in. Right on the back line, Jessa Garcia.
And what has happened now, Bushland has made the adjustment on that middle set. They're just putting 2 up there most of the time, sometimes 3, but you're giving some trouble there now. Lady Indians need to go back to down the line.
Tip coming, that's blocked by Phelps. Go right back to her, and she tries to tip it to the side.
She had the right idea.
Yes,
that's what we were talking about. Yes, yes.
There was nobody home there. It just didn't clear the net. 6 apiece. Roy checks in on the back row for Garcia. Shriver to Finley. Back to Shriver and plays that one over. Attack coming to the outside. That's blocked. Couldn't play it off. Attack coming to the outside. That's blocked. Couldn't play it off the block. It hit the antenna, so that makes it a dead ball. So Bushland gets that point. Outside to Wood, takes it cross court. Outside to Wood, takes it cross court. Tip, nice save by Roy. Shriver passes it over. Out of the middle, comes off of King.
That was number 20, Brinley Koenig.
Got a timeout on the floor. Jim Ned calls it. Trailing here in the third. It's 6-8. You're watching Lady Indian Volleyball on the NFHS Network.
I've seen a lot of Texas out on the open road. From up in Amarillo down to San Antonio. No matter where I travel, one thing remains the same. Everybody loves Ford here in the...
Trailing here in the third, it's 6-8. You're watching Lady Indian Volleyball on the NFHS Network.
I've seen a lot of Texas out on the open road. From up in Amarillo down to San Antonio. No matter where I travel, one thing remains the same. Everybody loves Ford here in the day. Ford is the best in Texas.
And we're back. Good timeout right there by Coach Garcia. Trying to settle everybody down. Don't let this one get out of hand. 8-6.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I mean, with 2-point deficit, I mean, that's nothing really for these little pesky Lady Indians because they just keep hanging around.
Big serve goes off of Finley. Shriver gets that one to King. Phelps out of the middle, takes that one cross court. She more toward Phelps read that one. It was almost like a slide hit.
It was. It was more like a slider. It sure was.
Able to put that one cross court. Jim Ned gets that point. It's 7-9. Bailey Shriver serving. That one out. Able to put that one cross court. Jim Ned gets that point. It's 7-9. Bailey Shriver serving. That one out of the middle. Diving save by Roy. Shaner back in for Jim Ned and gets a point. Number 4, Allie Shaner, the sophomore, takes a little pace off and puts that one right in the hole of the defense. Set coming out of the middle. That's blocked by Shaner. Tip coming. King goes to Wood out of the middle in the corner.
Perfect spot because they had all pulled everybody up inside the red line, and Avery found that deep corner that nobody could get to it.
It's 9-9. Shriver tries to go a little strong and out the back. So Bushland will take over. Perminter serving. She's the libero. Gets that to Finley. Shriver all the way across to Shaner. Takes that one cross court. That never cleared the net. That's 4 contacts. And we're all tied up at 10 apiece. Lawson in to serve for Jim Ned. Reed back in on the front row. Good crowd by both schools here today. The Jim Ned Lady Indians got lots of followers here. There's the lefty. Charlie Lawson blocks that, or takes that from the back row.
They're going to call 4 hits. Never cleared.
I'm just going to leave it at that, Coach.
Well, me too.
10-11, Bushland with the lead. Down the line, serve. Reed winds up, keeps it going, drives that one over.
Great job right
nice
there.
Nice job by Shaner. We got a point. Back row attacker.
Got to push on it.
Yeah, and she was on the back row, so she can't jump anyway. So that's why that point goes our way. Smart play by Shaner to go up and challenge her there. We're tied at 11 apiece.
Right there.
Shaner cross court. I love the reaction of our girls when we get a point. They come running in there as a team and start shoving each other. You almost get a point and get beat up at the same time. 12-11, Jim Ned takes the lead in the third. Nice play by King. Shriver over to Reed. Shaner cross court. That's blocked but kept alive. Reed takes that one cross court. It's blocked and kept alive. Played over by King.
Great job right there staying out of the net.
Good block by Garcia. Another good one. Tip coming. Oh, we got a lift.
Got to push.
Got a lift call. So Jim Ned, that was a long point. Takes a 2-point lead here. It's 13-11. Back row attack. Shriver with a diving save. Reed rolls that one. Reed rolls that one to the back corner and finds a hole in the defense. It's 14-11.
Reed has so much net awareness and spacing where she was at a while ago, making sure she didn't go across the line and then came back with that good placement right there.
That's a back row attacker. She jumped and tried to play it and tipped it over. That should be a back row attack, but Bushland gets away with one there. (14-12), still the Lady Indians. King to Garcia to the back corner. Big swing, and it's blocked by Garcia. Woo, she jumped to the net and said, no, ma'am.
Not in my backyard.
It's 15-12, Jim Ned.
Oh, that push again.
Quick set there. Number 11 reads the floor. That's Eberly. She just jumped like she was going to set that one and send it over. Caught us.
Not in my backyard.
It's 15-12, Jim Ned. Shriver to Garcia. Ooh, King has to play that one over. Back set. That's blocked at the net. McCampbell with big swing there.
That was Phelps and Reed on the block. And like you said, they get beat up like each other.
I like it. That's the body language. That says we're into the game.
Absolutely.
16.
We're not about to go away.
Nope, 16-13, Jim Ned in the third. Nobody went up there. Free hit for Koenig out of the middle. Finley checks in for Jim Ned on the back. My guess is they're going to serve right at Finley. Nope, go to Shriver that time. Garcia cross court. She took a little off of that, and instead of going deep cross court, pulled it more down the line and hit it right on the free throw line there. 17-14, Jim Ned. Garcia's had a match today, Coach.
She really has, and she's really come on strong here in this set and in the late part of that second set.
Bushland calls a timeout, so we'll be back with more third set action right after this.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
This game is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. Ford is the best in Texas.
And we're back. It's Jim Ned takes the lead here in the third. It's 17-14. Bushland calls that timeout just for the same reason we called ours earlier. Bushland calls that timeout just for the same reason we called ours earlier. Doesn't want this one to get out of hand.
And an attempt to ice the server also.
Yeah, Jessa just needs to get this one in, and let's get back in the flow. Nothing fancy. Just get back in the flow here. Tip coming out of the middle. Wood to King. Back to Phelps out of the middle. There's that triple block again.
We had a good setup there, but they brought a triple block up and put it. When you have a situation like that, we're able to attack, but we're trying to play for a block into the deep area and left the short area alone.
Nice diving save by Finley. It just carries over the net.
Just a little bit long, and there's nothing we can do because we can't play till it gets back on our side of the net.
17-16. Still Jim Ned in the third. Need a service break here. That's number 15, Adams. They always seem to make a run right here with her serving. We're tied at 17 apiece. Got to get a service break. Shriver to King. There's a slide hit by Phelps.
They played it. It would probably been out, so we're in great shape right now.
Another one takes that cross court by Phelps. Back row attack. Shriver to King. She sets it over. They send it right back. Shriver sends it over. Phelps tips that one. That tip never crossed to the point. Goes to Jim Ned.
Didn't clear.
Man, Coach, there's some big hits, but there's so much strategy going on in the placement.
I think so. The strategy, I mean, we've taken the power off and trying to place it, and they're trying to do the same thing. You're exactly right. There's a lot of strategy and placement right now.
18-17, Jim Ned.
Two quality ball clubs doing this.
Roy with a good save. Outside to Beasley. She tips it over the block. Beasley will play that over. Man, Shriver played that one off her knees. Oh, hit at the net.
She missed it.
Shriver went from the back line to the front line, played one off her knees, sliding, and kept the point alive. And Jim Ned is up 19-17 in the third. Serve goes to the back. Swing cross court.
And it was in.
Number 12, Reed, took a sharp angle and put it about the 10-foot line.
Almost like a slice.
19-18, Jim Ned. Perminter serving for Bushland. Goes to Finley. Didn't make good contact.
No, she was not quite ready for it. I mean, she was set up for it, but then she tried to play it up rather than just lift.
Maddie, great hustle trying to get to it. Couldn't get there, and we're tied at 19 apiece. Goes right at Finley. Shriver to Beasley. Set coming out of the middle. Got to play it over. Oh, Shriver just punched that one over, literally.
And that was a great job by Bailey just to get it back over, but it also left us vulnerable right there, and so it ties it up, so we take a timeout.
20-19, Bushland with the lead in the third.
I'm sorry,
We'll
20-19.
be back with more action after this.
I've seen a lot of Texas out on the open road, from up in Amarillo down to San Antonio. No matter where I travel, one thing remains the same. Everybody loves Ford here in the Lone Star State. Ford is the best in Texas.
And we are back at Childress High School as Jim Ned is trailing here 19-20 in the third. Serve comes to Roy. King to Wood, cross court. That's dug out.
There's
Another
left-handed hit again.
Yep, great save by Roy. Beasley goes down the line.
Oh, great shot. They covered it, but boy, that was a beautiful placement.
King sends it over. Back row attack. Roy with a good pass to King. Outside to Beasley. Goes down the line
There you
again.
go.
And nobody's home, and we're tied at 20 apiece. Lawson comes in to serve. Reed has checked in. If you know Natalie, she has been itching to get in the game because she is a competitor and she thrives in competition like this. Lawson with a good serve. Shriver goes to King, right at Reed. Off the block, King plays it. Oh, Lawson had to run for it. Too strong and out the back. (20-21), Bushland with the lead. Number 11, Eberly serving. Goes right at Lawson. King to Beasley out of the middle. Tip coming. Good hustle by Roy, just
Great
can't
hustle.
get there.
Couldn't get there.
She sent it all the way to the corner. Roy was middle back defense.
She had to play that without even guessing was it going to be in or out. There's nothing but great effort right there by Kylie Roy.
20-22, Bushland. Shriver to King. Shriver drives that one over. Cross court. Got a back row attack here.
Finally.
That is the call. Point goes to Jim Ned. It's 21-22. Garcia back in on the front, joins Beasley and Reed.
That was about the third back row attack that we've seen.
King serves that one to the corner. Attack out of the middle. That's kept alive by King. Shriver to Reed. She punches it. Too strong and
Too strong.
Out of bounds. It's 21-23, Bushland. Number 2, Freeman in to serve for Bushland. King goes to Garcia out of the middle. Off the block and in for a point.
Garcia said, we're not going anywhere yet.
22-23. Beasley to serve for the Lady Indians. Out of the middle, there's a tip. King plays that one. Lawson to Reed, rolls it to the back. Big swing, dug out by King. Garcia's going to push it over. Another swing goes at King, and she keeps it alive. Reed, cross court. Tip coming. King to Garcia, that's played over. Roll shot, King with the save. Lawson to Reed. That's blocked, saved by Lawson. It's over, it's blocked, still alive. Lawson plays it over.
What a play.
Cross court, dug out by King. Garcia passes it so everybody can catch their breath. Swing across. Number 15 finds a hole in the defense.
But golly,
What a point.
You're not going to see any better volleyball action on any channel on ESPN or anywhere else than what you just saw right there. Both teams just did a fantastic job.
Shriver to Lawson to King. Cross court, nice pass by Lawson for Shriver. Roll. Shriver dives, unable to get there. And that will do it. Bushland wins the third, 25-22. Coach, while you're adding up some stats and stuff, I want to make sure what a great match we had today.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, it would have been super easy for us after that first set. It was 25-9. It would have been super easy for us to fold up the tents and go to the house, but that is not how the Lady Indians play volleyball. Not anymore. Not anymore. Losing that second one 25-20 and then 25-22 in the third, but my goodness, they are a scrappy bunch.
And I'll tell you, really, I mean, they have climbed so many mountains this year and grown so much as far as what they exhibited in terms of grit and gristle and all that. It's amazing to watch these young ladies grow like they did and compete like they did. And I promise you one thing, Bushland knows that they were in a match at this point in time. There was no pushover, and I'm not so sure they'll have another match this tedious until they get further on down the line, maybe in the state finals.
Yeah, could be. So why don't you wrap us up with some stats?
All right, well, like I say, it's one of those deals where after that first set, we really came alive, and Haley Phelps ended up with a total of 12 blocks. Shayna Stainer had a total of 5 blocks and 4 kills. Jessica Garcia came alive. She ended up with 9 kills and a total of 13 blocks. Bailey Shriver, another senior, ended up with 14 saves. Charlie Lawson had a total of 7 saves. Avery Woods had 3 kills and a couple of blocks. Maddie King finished the night with a total of 22 assists, along with 9 saves and 4 blocks. It was a total team effort. The seniors rose to the occasion. Miley Beasley had a total of 5 kills and 2 blocks. Natalie Reed ended up with 4 kills, 5 blocks, along with an ace. I mean, what more could you say? The kids had a great season. They had a great finishing match. There's absolutely no reason to hang their head because they got beat by the 2-time defending champion, but it was not easy.
Yeah, let's talk about our seniors a little bit. Start with number 2, Bailey Shriver. She was our libero. She's the one who wears a different colored jersey. And every night that she plays, there's not an inch of that floor that she does not slide on because it's hard to get a point down on Bailey Shriver. She is all over the place.
Well, and you made the call. She went to her knees a couple of times and slid all the way to make the save just in a random act. But, I mean, it's constant with her. She is all over. I believe they honored her at the last home match with something like 1,500 saves.
Yeah, it was crazy.
She's added another 100 since then.
That's right. Also, another senior, number 7, Avery Wood, just has done an amazing job this year at the net for us. She's very consistent, always plays cross court, usually, and man, she just finds a hole in the defense. But her personality just adds something to this team that is irreplaceable. I mean, she's somebody you can go to that's always positive, and man, we're going to miss her.
No question. She is the epitome of a role player. She knows her role. She knows what she's supposed to do. And I'll tell you, I mean, you couldn't ask for somebody to do any more than what she has done this year. Number
8, Peyton Finley, also, she's a back row player. And it seems like they always like to serve to Peyton, but she's so consistent with her passes. And she can get to a ball quickly and put it accurately where it needs to go. And so, man, we're really going to miss Peyton.
Yeah, Peyton, like I say, when you say back row player, you think, well, she's not an attacker. No, but her primary purpose is to make sure she receives, serves, and then goes in spots where she's at. She's all over the floor. She makes unbelievable accomplishments there and contributions to the whole team.
Yep, number 10, Jessica Garcia. She came on big for us in the playoffs, right? At the net, a lot more aggressive. Before, in district, it seemed like she was tipping the ball a lot more, and then it seemed like when the playoffs started, she decided, I'm going to start swinging and put the ball away, and, man, she's done a great job for us at the net. Sure going to miss her as well.
She has, and she really came alive in these last 2 sets right here. I'm telling you, it was unreal how she went to the net and blocked it, and then attacked, and then blocked it, and attacked, and blocked it, and attacked. She is definitely going to be missed.
Number 13, Maddie King. She is our setter. She plays all the way around for us, but you talk about somebody who puts the ball exactly in the right place, and she may have to run all over the court to get to it to make that set, but she finds a way to put it where her hitters can hit. And so, man, her senior leadership is going to be missed drastically.
I said 2 years ago, she has the softest hands of anybody I've ever seen that plays volleyball and does the setting, and it speaks for itself. Plus, I mean, she's not afraid to go to the net and block, and she sees the whole floor. She places the shots where she wants them to go. She is definitely going to be somebody we're going to be hard to replace.
And then you got number 18, Natalie Reed, who hits from the outside. So many games, she has been our spark plug, and she's been the one that puts the ball away, and they feed off of her energy, and she's just such a competitor, and it doesn't matter what the situation is. She never gives up, plays as hard as she can possibly play, and my goodness, we are going to miss her from the outside.
And you said she brings that in. Listen, that girl is she is a walking commercial for Red Bull or any other energy drink, because she exudes energy, and when she attacks with everything from the heels up, and you can't have people that won't do that and be successful. She is successful at what she does.
Absolutely. So that'll wrap up our season for the Gymnett Lady Indians, but man, to make it to the regional semifinals, there was only 16 teams left in the state of Texas playing volleyball as of today. So congratulations to them and Coach Garcia and all the rest of the Lady Indians on an amazing season.
And I believe this is the furthest they've ever been in the playoffs.
We've been to the regional tournament, I think, one other time. Okay. So this is a milestone for the program, that's for sure. Coach Garcia's got us headed in the right direction. So
no question.
For Coach Parnell, Scott Carlisle, and we even got Coach Collins here running the board for us today. Thank you, everybody, for joining us, and we will see you down the road. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, everybody.